So I think we can all agree that the LEGO Star Wars 2023 set minifigures are far from perfect, and in today's video I wanted to take a little bit of your time and go over about 10 or 15 parts that I feel like LEGO should have included on these minifigures to make them 10 times better. So these are going to be all parts that LEGO already makes, so I will not be including any new molds they should have made, any new colors of anything. So these will all be existing LEGO parts that LEGO has made over the past years that they could have just easily put them into these sets instead of the pieces they made to make these minifigures a lot better. Let's get into it. Alright guys, I'm over here on the table and I've got all three of the new LEGO Star Wars 2023 sets that have minifigures out right here. These will all come out January 1st, and these all have minifigures. There's actually 9 minifigures total. I definitely think there's a few things they could have changed. I've actually got 12 parts over here that they could have easily put on these guys to make them even better. And I think, build-wise, if you guys check out my reviews, I think, those two sets over there, for what they're worth, are pretty much perfect. Really nothing else I would change. TIE Bomber, I really do think there's a few things they could have changed. So as much as I would love to be able to fix those problems in today's video, I'm also not a paid LEGO designer. That is above my pay grade. I'm not that good at that type of stuff, but what I am good at is I've got a bunch of minifigure parts over here, and I'll show you guys, upgrades to all these LEGO Star Wars minifigures that you guys can do, and it will probably only cost you maybe 10 bucks or so. So let's get into it. Alright guys, let them down here on the table, and let's start from left to right. So of course we have the new Boba Fett right here, for 2021, and if you guys do recall, one thing, the big controversy about is he does not include a rangefinder. So a really quick change right here, really the only thing we could, actually change about this guy. Possibly maybe give him a waist cape also. That's something that, no one's really ever complained about in the past, so I don't really think, LEGO had to put it in there. It would have been nice, of course, it would have been great for that $10 value, but, of course guys, the recolor of the helmet and jetpack into dark green would have been even more perfect, but this video will be going over only stuff that LEGO actually has out right now, just to make it even easier on LEGO, but they seem to still have a couple lackluster things here. But the first minifigure here is a little rangefinder on Boba Fett. So these things only go for 5 cents on the aftermarket, and you guys probably already have one in your collection extra, so just go ahead and throw it on there, but it would have been nice for LEGO to include it themselves. Next up, guys, let's move over to the TIE Bomber. So quite frankly, look, I think, nothing else you guys could have done to this one. I think the TIE Bomber pilot is near perfect. Moving on to Darth Vader, I think also really nothing much more you could really ask from a arm printed Darth Vader. We do have a new head on this guy. We do have the Gaunt Droid also, which I think fundamentally nothing really more to change, kind of just a throw-in minifigure to begin with. But let's move over to Rey Sloane right here. So this is a big controversial minifigure right here, basically with how they executed her. I think it's really cool they came out with the character, but as you guys can probably tell, there's quite a few things they could have done differently. So I think the first thing, real quick, that I think would have been a very, very easy thing for LEGO to do is put some dual molded legs on her. I think that already makes her look 10 times better, if not even 100 times better. I think this really would have, sealed the deal on this minifigure being very, very cool. Does not add anything else. I will have a video about this topic, coming out here in the next couple days, kind of going over the full details on why I think LEGO should be putting these on pretty much every Imperial officer. It only makes sense. I mean, literally, I get these cost a little bit more than regular legs, but when you're already looking at a $65 set with only 4 minifigures, I'm very surprised they can't splurge just a little bit more and put these on there. Of course, then at that point, ideally, I think a hair hat combo would have been perfect for her. I really do. I think a hair hat combo, a new mold would have been perfect, because I think, the more pictures we see of her, I think the better she looks with a hat. So I guess what you can maybe argue here, though, is if we were only doing a hat, maybe, this character looks more male than female, but that's why I really do feel like, have this exact same little bun, ponytail come out of the hat on a new mold. And I think it would have been perfect. But nonetheless, as you guys can probably tell, I mean, the dual molded legs with this hairpiece even makes her look a lot better. And then, guys, really quickly, I'll show you guys another combination that I think they really should have done. So right here, guys, I have the Grand Admiral Thrawn torso and then some dual molded white and black legs. At this point, you could definitely argue, they should have just, printed a different print from Grand Admiral Thrawn, even though they're the same rank. You could argue, not for something I think about, probably not even in my top 20 things I care about on LEGO minifigures, but you could argue maybe some breast, lines in there just to kind of, prove that, she is a female, in the LEGO minifigure. But again, they barely do that in any minifigures, so I don't really think that would have been needed. But even something like this, look, throw her in an outfit like this, and I gotta be honest, again, this just looks incredible in my opinion. Absolutely incredible. Just something with the dual molded legs, a white color, something. I think just they really did the bare minimum for the Rey Sloane minifigure. I like that they did the character. I think it's cool. It's a brand new character to LEGO Star Wars, but I really think these other 2 options they really should have done, but there's a quick looks on that, guys. Let's move on to the 501st Battle Pack. And I've got quite a few things over here. First off, I want to say, I think this minifigure here is basically as perfect as they can get, with the pieces they already have. Of course, I think a black line of the micro binoculars would have been fantastic, but really nothing else LEGO could have done there. Next up, guys, we actually have the 501st Officer here. So the biggest thing here, and you guys probably already know where I'm coming from. Well, actually, one thing real quick. I've seen quite a few people say, hey, look, try him with a black rangefinder. It's a little bit more accurate there. And I do want to say, I think that actually looks a lot better, if you have a black rangefinder laying around. And then the next thing off, if you take off the legs here, and you actually take a waist cape from the old ARC Troopers. Let's see how this guy looks right here then. So here we go, and we have the waist cape right here. Let me just tell you, wow, in person, again, you guys can probably tell on camera too, but this just makes this minifigure look so much dang better. I mean, there's really nothing much more I could ask for out of this minifigure here. Really quickly, I guess I'll put this guy on here to kind of fully, show you guys, look at that. You guys can't tell me that doesn't look a lot better. Cover up that little print right there. They make these waist capes, throw some cloth. They literally put them on the Imperial Mortar Trooper last year. They put them on the Airborne Trooper from 2020. Where are the waist capes, guys, in cloth? I mean, this looks a F-ton better here. And then let's move on to the last thing here, guys, which is probably the biggest change. And realistically, this is something where I don't really see too many people talk about it, but I really want to say this will probably fix these. So you take the heavy troopers here, take off their gun, that's kind of whatever. But then also, so the first thing I think you guys should do, so I'll throw up a picture on screen, of course, and I want to say this will probably make these guys look a lot better. You guys tell me. Okay, you put these legs on there. Sure, I think some print really would be nice there also. I want to say, I think a little bit of non-print there does show, but I think it's a lot more accurate. You guys tell me, as they sit right here, what do you guys think? What do you guys personally think, left or right? If they would have gone with these on the right, with no printing, do you guys, would you guys have liked it? Or would you guys have wanted at least something like this with a little bit of print? You guys tell me. But then moving on to their backpack here, this is something I've really seen no one talk about, but I feel like, could be a nice little addition, especially for a $20 battle pack. So basically going off of how they made the ARC Trooper battle pack back in the day is how I feel they should have done this, is take a little white handlebar piece, a little 1x1 light blue stripe tile, and then take this. And then take this little piece right here, that kind of shows the opening and inside liner of the backpack, then the logo down here. And then you basically go down here and you throw the backpack on like that. You throw the helmet on. And in my opinion, look, I mean, I do got to admit, this isn't perfect how they said it. Again, I think some arm printing, maybe a little bit of leg printing, at least some hip printing would have been ideal. Maybe throw black hips here, something like that. Just kind of break up that color gap. But I do got to admit here, I think this looks a lot more of like a heavy trooper. A little bit more kind of premium. He's got a big backpack on, carrying some grenades there. Give him a minigun build. They've made minigun builds in the past. And then these dual molded legs to really represent those boots. Because if you look at the in-game character, I mean, this is basically 1-to-1. This is literally, he's got blue boots on. He's got the regular white armor above. So you guys kind of tell me here, what do you guys personally think is better out of these two? Which one would you guys have, preferred? Should I have changed out the arms maybe to blue? That's kind of debatable, but you guys kind of tell me here. What looks better. But nonetheless, guys, so I guess I'll give you guys a quick little overview of really the biggest changed ones. And that's pretty much all for this video then. Look, I think if they would have done heavy troopers like that, they would have done Ray Sloan like that, and then they would have done the officer like that. Those are the three biggest changes. Then, of course, hey, look, put Boba Fett, give him a rangefinder, I think those 4 minifigures right there, if they would have done that, I think that easily would have made these, this entire wave much better. Of course, a couple new molds, a couple new prints would have been nice, but I think as they sit, these are all parts that LEGO actually makes still. And I think for an additional, literally on their end, maybe 50 cents, if that, would have made everyone a lot more happier. So on the aftermarket, guys, all these pieces probably go for, the waist cape surprisingly is like $4 right now. So I think all in all, if you guys wanted to do these changes, you'd probably be looking at like 15 or 20 bucks altogether. I'm not too sure how much, Admiral Thrawn's torso is going for. Probably a pretty penny there. But. Well, guys, that is everything for this video. Pretty much I just want to show you guys everything LEGO could have done with already existing pieces without having to make new molds, new prints, and would have made all of us a lot more satisfied, I think. So leave your thoughts down below. What do you guys think about those 4 minifigures? Especially like that heavy trooper. You guys think that actually made it better? Did it make it worse? Definitely let me know down below. What are some changes I should have done that maybe for a future picture or video? Quite frankly, is there anything else I missed here that would have looked really good with official LEGO parts? So nonetheless, guys, that's all for this video. Please only comment and subscribe. I got one more 2023 video coming out 2 days from now, and then that'll pretty much be it until the complete overview video. So I want to thank you guys all so much for the support over the past week. I really do appreciate it, and thank you guys all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for see you guys later. Bye, guys, and stay safe.